Welcome to the Transform with Jen podcast. I'm Jen. I really appreciate you being here. Why are you here though? Probably you're here for the very thing that I can help you with, healing emotionally. On this podcast, you're going to learn how to utilize the 2 pillars of healing. Number 1, rewiring your subconscious belief patterns. Number 2, releasing negative trapped emotions from your body. We do that by means of the 4 phases of healing, which are forgiveness, emotional release, individual purpose, and vision. I developed this process on my own out of desperation after experiencing a series of severely traumatic events that led me to PTSD. If you love someone who is stuck in the same cycles of triggering and self-sabotage, consider sharing this episode with them. If not, all good. Let's get right into the show.
For the gentlemen listening to this who also are considering working on themselves, can you give us a little bit more clarity on what was the issue, what was the pain point, what were you going through that prompted you to say, hey, I can use some help? Specifically. There was something you didn't like.
Being single.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, you're successful and you're good looking, right? So what is it that you didn't have? It's not that there's no girls, because I had to kind of help you wrangle those away. So that's not the problem. So
right. It didn't feel like I could find the girl. That was probably one of my main things. I don't know if this answers specifically the pain point question, but basically I was wanting to just do my own thing, date who I wanted, go out with who I wanted, just kind of, and I got, recommended or advice from my elders, not just literal elders, but also just, people who are kind of older than me, hey, just be patient, do things this way, right? Do things 𝗫𝗶𝗵's way, focus on yourself. And I did that for a while, 6 months, and it felt like that didn't work for me. I just wasn't getting the immediate results that I wanted. And then that's when I kind of went on that party bender, which really was kind of the beginning of that, of kind of me and I were just screw this. So that happened to me also. There's this girl I was interested, didn't work out. And same thing happened.
I know the other side of that story
right.
too with the girl. So
right. And so me and him were both just kind of screw this. Let's go freaking party. Let's go, And so of course, right at that time, that's when I met you, which I kind of feel was not the right direction. You got to go back on the. So maybe the pain point is not feeling like you're living up to your full potential, or not being able to find and connect with a person that you truly feel like is your person, right? There's plenty of girls around, but do you really feel okay, this is my person forever, 100%? That's definitely on there.
Were you confident you knew who your person was?
Sure. That was my next question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that okay? Let me ask you this question. So I did ask you about this. What are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Has that changed? Because I remember the answers you gave me. So we had that conversation way in the beginning. Would you say the answer that you gave me 6-8 months ago is the same answer that you would give me today about your ideal woman? Are there any adjustments?
Yeah, I would say, priorities have shifted a little bit, right?
You want them to shift more, I know.
Yeah.
But even that awareness is great.
Yeah. I think just thinking long term, right? Is this person really compatible? And then it's kind of we can't find someone who's truly compatible with yourself if you're not your highest self. Because who are you finding you're finding someone that's compatible with not your highest self.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of pain points that would resonate with that audience of men.
Because it's really thinking about what kind of help do they really need. Because you want, because I guess the prompting, because I think you have to make a massive shift to ask somebody to be your coach, or to ask for help, to pay the bill, to do that. So it's the prompting for you, where you, you invested
yes.
in this relationship,
yes.
in this coaching, right? So, it's your it's you're trying to do it enough. And I think there's a lot of brothers that try and fail. I know there's loads of brothers struggling with pornography and, getting with the wrong girl when they feel like they're, done, that sort of thing, but they know that they want to do things this way. But, was it losing Lexa? Was it, it's now or never. Like, I need to either become my highest self here, or I'm going to end up back out in the world. You know, it's like,
Yeah, definitely. That's part of what I was thinking.
That you would end up leaving?
Yeah.
yeah, because
For,
it's like,
for what purpose?
Just because it's like if I can't find my one person in the truth, then I'm not. Life just feels like not worth it. You know, in a sense of just like being single and bored. I don't know. Like kind of what keeps me going is knowing that I can find that. You know, but if not, then you might as well just date girls, do your thing.
because then it's about the physical part of it and the connection, whereas you're having a hard time getting the heart connection, finding being that person means the most to you. It's a different connection. It's stronger. It's like it's immeasurable.
Yeah, it's a bigger connection.
It's a bigger connection.
For men though, like for pain points, I'm trying to think like because it's gonna be different for like single guys to married guys, you know.
Speak to the single guy.
I think you just need to keep it 100 right now because you're not. So just say it. I see you have something on the back. I don't know, maybe because your mom is here? What? I don't think so.
No.
Say it, because I know what you want to say.
What do I want to say? I don't know.
Go ahead, keep going.
There is something I want to say, but I don't even know what it is.
I think part of what you want to say is something along the lines of knowing that, you know, your focus has really been in the wrong place when it comes to
definitely.
women, like, right? So you have wanted something that's not good for you,
Right.
and you know that now, and you want to. How do I go from wanting what is not good for me, where I clearly know that, and stop chasing that thing, and shift my mindset to, okay, I know what's good for me, and now I'm going to behave and think in alignment with that. You want to want what is good.
What's good, yeah.
Right.
I want to want what's good.
You're making that's the progress that you're making now.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I tell him, I'm like, you have your dad's thinking in your mind your whole childhood, and it's not healthy. He goes, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but how do I get that out of my head?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're gonna do some of that today.